Alright, it's only me. I've not been on for a wee while. Ken, if you're watching this, if you're not watching this live, then that'll not make any sense, but I haven't been on done anything for the past couple of weeks. It's March the 17th, St Patrick's Day, and since the start of February the weather's been crap, and it's just been that winter way where I just haven't had the gumption, we'll call it, well, not the gumption, to come on and talk about music, which is a shame because I do like, I love the music and I like to talk about it. Talking about it's important because that was what we used to do back in the day, when we used to, before we all became that way where we weren't interested in other folks' opinions and didn't want to hear any music that other folk might have considered worthy of listening to. Back in the day we used to tell each other that we had some good music, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to talk about Led Zeppelin, but again, we don't need to talk about the classic albums because that's been done to death. What I'm going to talk about is Jimmy Page's most recent attempt to fleece you of your money to buy the exact same thing that you've bought 100 times before. The Companion edition CDs, which started round about, when would that have been now? 2013, 2014, something like that. One or two a year. And me being massive fan of Led Zeppelin since the late 80s, I had to get them again. Gone back in time to, wait, I think now, 1996, 97 I'm thinking. The first CD I ever got, again, I used to be a vinyl and record man, and I was last of the Hoddouts, and the first CD I ever got was the Final Cut with Pink Floyd, and after I'd got them, I was on to Led Zeppelin, bought the early 90s remasters, but when these ones came out, I had to get them because I'm a massive big fan of Led Zeppelin. So enough of me talking crap, let's go into the business end here. Try and not keep you too long because you end up waffling for like an hour, and who wants to watch an hour long video? But anyway, first album, Led Zeppelin, classic. We didn't talk about how classic this album is. We're here to talk about the stuff that's on the companion disc. This one different for all the other editions because it hasn't got any studio outtakes. It's a live CD, a kind of wide bootleg Led Zeppelin live at L'Olympia in Paris. Sorry about that. Site quite a lot of big gigs in the late 60s. Led Zeppelin recorded around about late 68, early 69. The back covers these things, these are actually stickers. I took them off and I stuck them on the back. Folk will be like, "Ah, you ruined them," but I'm not going to sell them, so I don't care, they're for me. Just an early Led Zeppelin set, probably get better bootlegs out there. So the remaster of the first album's quite nice, a bit more bass, a bit like the Beatles ones, they just sound a bit warmer and less digital. I'd maybe give that one a miss. No the album Led Zeppelin, just that companion disc edition. Led Zeppelin 2, same thing, nice remaster, sticker on the back. Jesus Christ, you're not going to read that, are you? But what you basically go on all these ones for now on in is offcuts, rough mixes of the albums. Usually the whole album. I think Led Zeppelin 2 might be missing Livin' Maid if I could see the bloody thing, but there's no no, in fact it's a Lemon song. There's no studio outtake of the Lemon song. What you do have is a few rough mixes, instrumental version of Thank You, John Bonham's a bit, it's like an early take of Moby Dick, and then at the end there's an unreleased wee instrumental song called La La. Again, Led Zeppelin 2, classic or classics, but I'd maybe give the companion disc version a miss. Led Zeppelin 3, check this out, replica of the old LP there with the wee Burley thing. And is that no great? Led Zeppelin 3. Ken, we don't need to talk about how all these albums are brilliant. Led Zeppelin 3 is definitely a goer if you're going to get one. This has got, it's more or less a full version of the kind of alternate version of the album. Ken, again, different mixes and stuff. Ken, no, nothing essential. Wee song at the end there called Key to the Highway, which sounds as if it was done at the same recordings as Hats Off to Roy Harper. So, I mean, Led Zeppelin 3, what can you say about Led Zeppelin 3, Ken? Haim, my favourite Led Zeppelin song. If somebody pointed a gun at me and told me, you need to pick your favourite Led Zeppelin song, it would have to be Since I've Been Loving You. And there's a nice wee early version of that one there. So, if you can get hold of that, pick it up. Ken, I don't mind giving Jimmy the money for that one. The Untitled 4th album. Here we've got, this one's pretty good as well. It's got a hailing alternate version of the album, different mixes and stuff, along with the Sunset Sound mix, Stairway to Heaven at the end. I'll tell you what, me and Gordon were out in the hut the other week here, and the Untitled Led Zeppelin album, it's one of the albums you're like, I never looked at, I don't need to listen to that, I've heard that many times, don't need to hear it again. We sat and listened to it for start to finish, man, for the first time in years, and you're like, hey, this is what it's all about. One of the best ever played, but one of the best albums ever. If you can get hold of that one, pick that one up, pretty good. Houses of the Holy. Oh, hang on a bit. In fact, I'm not going to video the kind of. I might get banned off Facebook actually for just that wee glimpse of the album cover I just gave you. Shit, I hope I don't have been banned that many times. But anyhow. Again, I can't show you this cover because I put a video for Houses of the Holy on one time, and the thumbnail for YouTube was a picture of the house. The thumbnail on the YouTube video was the cover of Houses of the Holy, and I got banned for it. And like, I appealed it, and I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, no, this is child pornography. So I can't show you the cover of Houses of the Holy. But again, on that one, it's more or less the same thing. I think there might be a song missing. See, I can't read the back of these bloody things, but luckily I've got my iPod here, which has got them all in it. Hang on now. I think it's the Hail album, except there's maybe one song missing. Aye. There's no other version of Jamaica, which is, there's no big loss. I was talking about my favourite Led Zeppelin song. I think Jamaica would be near the bottom. But I'd maybe put that one. No, I wouldn't give Jimmy the money for that one. I wouldn't give him it. I wouldn't. Well, I did, but if I had somebody like me that was going to tell me, I wouldn't get that one if I knew the score. Next up, Physical Graffiti. Don't need to say anything about how good this album is. This is what are we talking about here? We're talking about Led Zeppelin, talking about Jimmy Page, talking about the albums that built rock. I just can't get away with how much I love Led Zeppelin. But anyway, this one, I need to criticise this one a wee tiny bit because there's a unreleased Led Zeppelin song called Swan Song, which only exists in demo form, and they never put it on this because Jimmy Page was determined to beat the bootleggers and never put it on that. So by beating the bootleggers, he's left us with without an official release yet. Pretty pure bonus disc on there. Get an early version of Tramp on Their Foot, early version of Sick Again, In My Time of Dying, but for when you're talking about the 80-minute version of Physical Graffiti, he gives a half an hour disc stuff. If you can get it cheap enough, get it, because the remaster sounds nice, but don't be paying Jimmy Page's pension fund for that. Next up, Presence. Funny album cover. Funny album. Good album. Funny album, but what have I got in this one? It's like an early version of Achilles' Last Stand. See, I can't read the back of that. I need to get my pod out again. Aye, it's called Two Ones Are One, which is basically a rough mix of Achilles' Last Stand, a reference mix of For Your Life, whatever that means. And there's this unreleased song called 10 Ribs and All Carrot Pod, which is a kind of weird instrumental. It's nothing like Led Zeppelin. And another couple of album tracks with funny mixes. So unfortunately, again, Ken, there's nothing wrong with Presence. It's maybe no, Ken, all the albums talked about so far, Presence maybe just a wee tiny bit below it, Ken. But when you're talking about an album with Achilles' Last Stand, nobody's fault but mine on it. Ken, you're going to buy it and you're still going to, but I wouldn't give Jimmy the money for that one. There's no point talking about that. That came out ages ago. It's just like an expanded version of the original Song Remains the Same album. But it's actually made the Song Remains the Same album better. Although you've still got a totally excessive version of Moby Dick in there. Which, Ken, if you're at a concert, gives you a chance to go for a pee or a pint or something. But, Ken, who's going to sit and listen to 20 minutes worth of a drum solo in the house? Right, next, moving on. Talking about In Through the Outdoor. Ken, and that's the thing about these companion things. On the original CD versions, it was just like reproduction pictures. But these have got like the old artwork that you got with your old LPs when you bought these years ago, Ken. If you did, Ken, I'm talking to everybody that's like the same age as older than me, but Ken, when we used to buy records, get them in a wee bag there. Funnily enough, In Through the Outdoor, it's never going to be my favourite Led Zeppelin album. It really isn't, but this is the pick of the bunch when we're talking about these companion disc versions, because the companion disc version of this it's like an early mix of the Hail album, and it's a better mix than the one they brought out. Less reverby, you can hear the bass, you can actually hear what Robert Plant's singing. I don't listen to the original version In Through Outdoor anymore. I listen to the version that's on this. And Ken, if they brought that out in the first place, it would have probably been my favourite. Oh, that's giving me a 5% warning, so I need to crack on here. So definitely, if you're only going to get one, get that one. In Through the Outdoor, well worth it. Here we go with Coda. I need to try and get this all done because I've got 5% left and it'll be dropping very, very quick. Coda, 2 bonus discs with a whole bunch of stuff on it. But the problem is that the stuff that's on the bonus discs would have fit on one bonus disc. So Jimmy's Swizzed is there, and I remember paying a wee bit extra for it. There's different versions of stuff that's already been on some of these ones. But if you can get it cheap enough, I'd get it, because it doesn't make Coda better. They've got other stuff that was on the box set, like Travelling Riverside Blues, Baby Come On Home and all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's somebody dinging us. So if you can get hold of that, get that. Next up, the complete BBC sessions. This came out, I don't know, when did that come out now? 20 years ago, around about year 2000. Came out with 2 discs. Stuff missing. Brought it out with an extra disc. With some of the stuff for the radio sessions that they didn't want track repetition, so the third disc has got track repetition on it. Some of the stuff that was missed, but it's all the BBC stuff, and they managed to fin a recording that somebody did off air, missing tracks here. Sunshine Woman, it's not the most amazing song in the world, but Ken, you're talking about a song recorded by Led Zeppelin around about the early days. Last one, this one definitely want to avoid if you had the How the West Was Won, originally came out in 2003. Killer live album. The problem is here, there isn't any extra on it, there's less on it. Because there's no extra tracks. Even though Jimmy Page did the full concert and missed a lot of it, he never put any more extra tracks on here. And the version A Whole Lot of Love's got a big medley in it, rock and roll medley. And for some reason, they've cut a bit of it out in order to stop paying the money. So the album's shorter than it was before. So that's an advert for keeping your your old one. So a quick wee recap before I go, before the phone runs out of charge and I lose the whole video, because I've burnt up my phone using live videos all day. Led Zeppelin, no. Led Zeppelin 2, no. Led Zeppelin 3, yes. Led Zeppelin 4, yes. Houses of Holy, no. Physical Graffiti, no. Presence, no. Song remains the same, aye, because it's better. In Through the Outdoor, best of the bunch, definitely get it. Coda, if you can get it cheap enough, pick it up, but don't be paying whatever the price of a 3 CD set would be, it's too dear. Complete BBC Sessions, aye, if you can get it cheap enough again. How the West Was Won, absolutely not, get the old one, get the original edition. Right, I'm out here, thanks for listening. I'm not going to bother you tonight with any more live videos, but keep on listening to Led Zeppelin, because some of the best rock music you'll ever hear. Heavy metal, as we called it when I was young. Right, I'll see you after, bye.